In this video, we're going to go over Google Local Service Ads. Now, this is the secret weapon here. I would say one of the best kept secrets in the online digital marketing space industry. And the reason behind that is because this is something that can be sold to local businesses where there's virtually no risk to the business because Google is guaranteeing the actual services here. So what ends up happening is businesses will sign up for the local service ads if their particular niche is available, and then Google will automatically drive leads to their business based on their budget on a pay per lead basis. These ads will show up on top of the original PPC Google ads. So basically, as you can see here, you have the name of the business, and then you have the ratings for the Google reviews, and then you have the Google guarantee, and then there's a phone call icon there where they can just click to call. And this is all done through the Google platform, so they don't even need to go to the website. It's a fantastic service for businesses in the local space, and it's only for certain markets. I believe it's about 20 or 30, but there's quite a bit of businesses that can take advantage of this where they can start getting leads within 12 to 24 hours, and it's super simple to set up for them. What you're going to do is help them set it up, and then you're going to be managing it for them, and it's super simple to manage and set up. So let me go ahead and walk you through here. So here's where the Google ads are going to be showing up. So let's say you're typing in for like plumbers or HVAC, and this is for only a specific number of niches. And I'm going to walk through which niches here in the later section. So basically up here at the top, you'll see local service ads. Very, very simple, very straightforward. These are paid ads. However, the business is only paying on a pay per lead basis. So anytime that a lead comes in, they're only going to get charged after that lead comes in. So it's after the fact. So this is a fantastic way to be able to guarantee leads to businesses. When you are talking to a plumber or a HVAC company, one of the niches that actually falls under this particular local service ads, you can mention to them, hey, we guarantee leads and you only pay for the lead that you're getting, right? So this is a huge and massive benefit to the businesses because they no longer have to be on a retainer. It's pay per lead, pay per performance, and all you're going to be doing is managing it, and it's super simple to manage. And I'm going to walk you through that here in the next slides. And then the next section there, that's your typical ad, right? That's going to be your typical PPC ad. And with the original ads, you have a lot more costs, right? You have a lot more to do on the back end. You got to set up the ads, you got to write the copy, you got to set up the landing pages. The local service ads, it's all on the Google platform. It's literally exactly how it looks at the top. You don't need to set up a website. You don't need to do any kind of ad. It's literally just that, okay? And then down here, you see the map section. This is organic SEO. This is something that you can also upsell to your clients down the road. Because let's say that they're getting some calls or getting some opportunities, they're making a return on investment, then they're ready to start investing into SEO, which is a very powerful but patient form of marketing. That can take anywhere between 3, 6, 9 months for them to show up at the top. However, once they're at the top, Google is going to automatically promote their business whenever somebody is searching for plumber near me or whatever plumber keywords that they are ranking for. And with most businesses, it's best to start out with paid ads, okay? To be able to get them some leads, get them some opportunities, get them a return on investment, and then position SEO so they can have an organic lead generation strategy also in place. The local service ads are going to have a Google guarantee badge on there. And what that does is it builds trust with the searcher when they're looking on Google for a particular service, right? And as I mentioned previously, the business is only paying for the leads that they get. All they got to do is set up a weekly budget based on the number of leads that they want to take on, how much they want to spend, right? And then they're only paying after the fact, right? And this is something that you are going to be able to manage for them so that you can select the right type of criteria and then set up their budget so that they could focus on what they do best, which is running their business, right? And another great thing about the local service ads is that they're showing up at the very top ahead of the Google PPC ads. So whenever a searcher is looking for house cleaning, for a locksmith, for landscaping services, right? These ads are going to be at the very top before any of the other paid ads. And then whatever reviews that business has through Google My Business, they're going to automatically pull those reviews and put that onto the listing. And then within the actual dashboard, call recording is automatically set up. So you're going to be able to go in there and listen to the calls for the client. You're going to have access to that. And so you're going to be able to go in there and listen to the calls to make sure that the client is doing what they need to be doing. They're following up in a timely manner, and they're essentially talking to the right people and saying the right things. Because one of the things that you'll notice if you're doing this for a while is that oftentimes businesses, some of them will drop the ball when calls are coming in. Maybe a receptionist is taking the calls and they're not talking and communicating with the individuals in a very professional manner, and they're dropping the ball and they're losing sales. So the call recording is there for coaching purposes, also for the client and also for you to know and see, okay, these are the kind of calls that they're getting and these are the opportunities for improvement as far as communication for talking to the actual individual homeowner. And so with the local service ads, the bids are placed on services and not keywords. With typical PPC, typical Google ads, you're going to be bidding on keywords, right? You're going to be bidding on specific keywords, broad keywords, and that is what you're going to be basing your budget on. With local ads, you're simply bidding on services. All you're needing to do is literally select a service that you want that business to start generating calls from, right? And it's super simple to manage. So the ads are going to show up based on the services that are selected, right? And then also on the zip codes. So you'll see there, I have 98201 on the zip code. All they got to do is put in their zip code and they're going to get the different types of businesses that fit that particular area. And once a business is set up here, what Google's going to do is it's going to automatically place them into the voice search listings, because voice search is estimated to be 50% of searches in 2020 and beyond. You think about people that have like the Google Home, or they have Alexa, any kind of home smart devices where they need to, let's say, call for a plumber. They need to call maybe for some kind of emergency where they're saying, hey, Alexa, call XYZ, or they're saying, hey, Google, find me an electrician near me, right? And so automatically businesses are going to be added to those listings once they become a Google guaranteed provider. And then another great thing that you're going to be able to do for these businesses is dispute bad leads. So let's say leads are coming in and it's maybe the wrong number, or it's some automated service, or just a spam call, right? You're going to be able to dispute that with Google on their behalf, and then they're going to get credited back those leads, right? So it's just a great opportunity for you to be able to help businesses manage these ads for them. And another great thing about these particular ads is that there's no landing page, there's no website. They don't need to go through all of that, typical process that they need to go through with Google Ads, right? All they're going to be seeing is this right here where it says Google Guarantee, and then all they got to do is click on the ad and then click on the phone number, and then they're ready to go. They don't see any website, they don't see any of that. So it makes it a lot easier on the searcher, right? For them to be able to just call up that particular plumber, that electrician, that landscaper, and know that they're getting backed by Google because it's Google guaranteed, right? It provides a ton of trust to the actual searcher. So there's about 26 current verticals. They're constantly adding new ones. So these are the ones that you can immediately capitalize on and start reaching out to these businesses in these particular niches, right? And mention to them that you can guarantee them leads, right? And they don't have to pay for any leads up front. They're only paying for the leads once they get them. And so you can reach out to any one of these niches and be able to deliver that through the local service ad. So very, very powerful here. So what exactly does the Google Guarantee cover? So whenever you see this badge on these particular ads here, basically what this means is that it protects unsatisfied customers for jobs booked through the local service ads with a lifetime cap for coverage of $2,000. So let's say that somebody actually books this particular plumber here and they are unsatisfied with the services, then Google will pay them $2,000 to cover their dissatisfaction because they're under the Google Guarantee. This is the biggest thing here that's really allowing the individual searchers to feel comfortable with going with these particular clients, right? With these particular service businesses, because Google is guaranteeing them that if they're not satisfied with the services, right? If they're not satisfied with the level of service that they're getting, then they're going to get a reimbursement of $2,000. So huge deal here. So how do businesses sign up? Well, it's very simple. Basically, businesses need to submit proof that they are licensed and insured. And then also Google does a background check on businesses, because believe it or not, there's actually a lot of businesses that are doing business, right? That are actually servicing customers and they're not properly licensed and insured. And so Google wants to make sure that any business that is getting on the Google Guarantee, right, is properly licensed and insured and is a legit business, right? That's why they're willing to do the, $2,000 coverage, because they want to provide the best possible experience to the individual searcher. So let's talk about how local service ads are ranked, okay? So the first thing here is proximity. So you can be in one particular area within a 5-10 mile radius, and you can type in plumber services and you can get 3 or 4 different listings. You can be 20 miles away and get another list of listings. So it's all on proximity, how close you are to that individual business. And so Google's going to read your location, and they're going to show the closest businesses that are to your location that fit what you're looking for. And then reviews, so making sure that that business has reviews and that the reviews are actually good. And then we're going to talk about a review strategy here in one of the other slides. And then we have relevance. So how relevant is your search, right, to that particular service? So obviously, if somebody searches for a particular service and then that particular business doesn't offer that, they're obviously not going to show up. So it's really important to make sure that when you're selecting the services, that you get as precise as possible so that they're showing up for the most related and relevant searches. And this is not 100%. However, this is based on data that I've collected, where the higher the budget, then the higher probability your ad is going to show, because you got to keep in mind, right? Google is about making money. That is the number one thing that they're trying to do. They're trying to get you to spend as much money as possible. And you got to think about it from the fact of, if somebody's spending $2,000 a month on their budget and then somebody else is only spending $500, right? Then it makes sense that Google's going to want to favor the higher budget first, right? Now, this isn't 100% exact here as far as the budget, but I want you to keep this in mind, right? That if you're able to get the client to raise the budget and let them know that, hey, listen, remember, you're only paying for the leads that come in, right, that you get. And the higher the budget, the higher probability that you're going to be able to show up at the top, and then the higher return on investment that you're going to make, right? So how do we sell local service ads to businesses? Well, there's 3 core areas of value that we're going to be able to add to businesses that want to use the local service ads. So number 1, it's the one-time setup fee. So basically, this is where you're going to set it up for them and essentially making sure that they're submitting all of the right documentation and going through and filling out all the information to sign up to become an actual Google guaranteed vendor. And what you can do is you can charge clients a $97 one-time setup fee. And you got to remember, most of these local businesses are not tech savvy, So this is where you come in with your expertise to be able to go in there and just fill out the information, making sure that they provide you with their licensing information, insurance, and letting them know that there's going to be a background check. Typically, this takes about 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks at the most, and they'll be able to get up and running. And you want to let them know that you're doing this for them, right? And you can charge them a one-time setup fee of $97. So the second way that you're going to be able to add value is charging them on a monthly retainer, okay? And this is only going to be for $500 because you're really not going to be doing very much. All you're going to be doing is making sure that you're selecting the right services to be targeted, because remember, you're not creating ads, you're not creating any kind of targeting. All you're doing is you're selecting which services that they want to be showing up for, and that's really it. And then managing their budget, because you'll notice that all you got to do is literally raise the budget and you can see how many leads that they can expect to get. So let's say that you put in there $500, right, for that week. Google will show you with $500, you can expect to get X number of leads. And that's literally all you're doing to manage their budget. That simple. And within your monthly management, you're going to be in charge of making sure that you're disputing the bad leads. So any kind of wrong numbers, any kind of spam calls, any kind of leads that are coming in that are just not the right fit, right? Not the right ones that we're looking for. We're going to be able to dispute those on behalf of the client so they can get credited. And then the third thing that you're going to be able to do there to add value for your monthly management is implementing a review system with getmorereviews.com. And this is going to allow you to capture more reviews for the business and eliminate negative reviews. So basically, what this does is it has automated texting, automated email, and what it does is it allows the business to send emails to the customers, right, after services have been rendered, and then they get to leave a review. And then if a negative review is posted and they say, hey, we had a bad experience, that review does not get posted online. It only gets shown to the business owner so that they can improve their internal processes, right? And so the only reviews that are shown on Google are going to be the positive ones, because in the questions it's going to say, hey, do you want to leave a positive or negative review? And if they leave that negative review, it's going to take them to another screen and it's only going to be shown to the business owner. So tremendous value here, because remember, reviews are a part of the ranking process for the local service ads. And so obviously, the more reviews that the business has, right, and the more positive ones, the more likely that they're going to get more calls, more leads. So just to recap here, you're charging $97 one-time setup fee to help them get everything submitted and set up. And then you're going to be charging them a $500 a month management fee to manage their campaign, to make sure they're targeting the right services, to manage their budget, and also dispute the negative leads, right? The bad leads that are coming in so that Google can credit them. And then you're implementing a review system for them that's going to help them improve their positive reviews and eliminate all negative reviews that are coming in, right? So very, very powerful here. This is a great service to be offering if you're just starting out, if you want to get your feet wet, if you want to just get your first client in the door. I mean, you can get a client within 24 to 48 hours because remember, you are guaranteeing leads. It's a pay per lead, pay per performance model. You're just charging them $97, right? One-time fee, and then $500 a month to manage the campaign. That's going to be it here for this one, and we'll see you on the next one.